happy and blessed you. Good to see those we haven't seen for a long time joining us today. Yan, wala. Okay. Sign na lang. Nakikita ba sa likod? Medyo mali. Okay, so Lenten season is just around the corner. Malapit na siya, no? That is next week. The Lent observing is a Holy Week. Tawag nila, dedicated to repentance, fasting, prayer, thanksgiving, and in preparation to the celebration of Easter. Marami na bang nagsiset up para sa Easter? And as the majority of people would perceive, it is the season that quite relates the sacrifice of Christ. Ito naman. But we know for a fact that the pagan Easter was given into association to the resurrection of the crucified Christ, of course, for a reason. May reason, no? Kung bakit yan in-associate sa Easter celebration ng mga pagan. Alam natin yun, no? To encourage more. Okay? Na mapabilang sa old church. Well, the resurrection and the crucifixion of Christ was prophesied to happen about 750 years bago siya ipanganak. In Isaiah chapter 53, verse 4 to 6. Okay? It says here, surely he took up our pain or our suffering, yet considered him punished by God, stricken by him, and afflicted. But he was pierced for our transgression. He was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was on him. And by his wounds we are healed. We all like sheep have gone astray. Each of us has turned to our own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. He was betrayed, denied by kanyang mismong apostle, mocked, cursed, beat by the Roman soldier. Familiar yan sa magpahirap, no? Very familiar, inflicting pain and torture. He wore a crown of thorns, continuously struck in the head with a staff, nailed to the cross, crucified to die for the sins of mankind. Yun ang nangyari sa kanya. He was crucified to die for mankind. Okay? It is a sacrifice to save mankind. All this to reconcile us to God and not to count people's sin against Him. Kasi ang penalty ng sin is death. Since death is the penalty of sin, so as through Christ death we may live. Papasa natin sa 2 Corinthians chapter 5. Now, how do you respond to that sacrifice? Is there anything that you can offer to make that sacrifice worthy of your life? What do you need to sacrifice in return? Or perhaps do you need to sacrifice anything? They say that Christian faith is tested within the bounds of these three: time, money, and food. Now, this qualify as your sacrifice in return for the sacrifice of Christ. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 21 says that God made him who had no sin to be sin or sin offering. Sin offering for us, so that in him we might become the righteousness of God. And so the title of my message is, what is your sacrifice? Kung meron. Okay. So let's talk about that in three test boundaries, no? That Christian always go through. Food, money, and time. Let's talk about time. Okay. Are you sacrificing time? Is your sacrifice your time? First, the Sabbath. Time yan, Sabado, you are all here, diba? You have any other days for yourself, but God commanded us to keep one day in a week. Sacrifice pa siya isang araw sa linggo. But you work, minsan 6 days pa a week. In Exodus chapter 20 verse 9 to 11, you can read that. Ito yung command ng Sabbath. Chapter 9 says, 6 days you shall labor and do all your work. Okay. 7th day is a Sabbath. A Sabbath to the Lord your God. On it you shall not do any work, neither you, nor your son or daughter, nor your male or female servant, nor your animals. Working animals siguro sa farm. Yan. Nor any foreigner residing in your towns. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, sea, and all that is in them, and he rested on the 7th day. Therefore, the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and made it holy. Word work na ginamit doon sa Exodus chapter 20, according to Strong's, I mean occupation or employment. Something that will give you earning, aid, or payment. From the Hebrew word, melaka, as it pronounced, the command is telling us a cessation from work. Liliban ka sa trabaho mo. Okay? At alam naman natin, no, kung anong oras nagsisimula ang Sabbath. The reckoning of a day during when this was given to the Israelites, it started at the night of the 6th day. The Hebrew word for night was erev. From evening to evening. Sa atin, Friday night. Or Friday sundown, we should stop working. Okay? Work means occupation, employment. Now, many employers require the employee to render work. Kami. Ngayon, ang aming work schedule is Tuesday to Saturday. So, I have to contest. Kailangan palipat ako. Para hindi ko hindi ako mag-work every Sabbath. Okay? In the sense that business opportunities daw, ganyan ang reason sa amin, are abundant during the day. Sabado. Marami daw tao kasi maraming walang pasok. They see that businesses or business establishment are flooded with people who does not work at day. Totoo, maraming pupunta ng mall pag Sabado. Pero pag lahat naman yan ay pinapasok, ano mangyayari? Just like any ordinary day. Kasi gusto na employers pumasok ng Sabado ko eh. Hindi lahat pare-pareho lang, parang Monday to Friday. So where is the opportunity there? The opportunity pa ba? Yung lahat mag-work every Saturday. It's only for a few, not for all. other hand, do not even other religious groups and non-believers demand for themselves just a day. On a day they worship the Lord. Maraming Sunday keepers. Yun talaga, pag ginawa mong first day, Sunday, maraming mag-aalis. Pupunta sa kalsada. Hindi man, no? Do they not take a day or days off? Ito nga, 2 araw pa ang day off. To observe what they think is important for them to observe. In fact, the Sabbath is beneficial to us as long as you do what it is. Anong benefits? Time to recharge, time to rest, and to fill your thoughts with physical and spiritual uprightness. Yan ang gain natin yung Sabbath. Kahit yung mga nag-workout sa gym, kailangan mag-rest na. Hindi yan lalaki pag hindi yan nag-rest. So kayo rin, kaya mag-rest. The day instituted for rest para sa atin is the 7th day, which is the Sabbath. Okay. It is actually made for man. Sabi nga sa Mark chapter 2 verse 27 and 28, Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. Son of Man is also Lord even of Sabbath. God requires you to give some time for Him. Hindi yan limited, no? Sabbath day or during the time magdadasal ka para sa Kanya. Dedicate ka ng prayer of night na lengthy prayer, no? You just want to commune, hindi lang yun. Okay? Also commanded us to keep His annual holidays. Because that is also His Sabbath. Like the days of unleavened bread, Pentecost, days of unleavened bread, Feast of Tabernacles. Okay? It's 3 seasons that we have to appear before God. Celebrate the importance of those feasts. May symbolism kasi yung mga feast. Important for us to attend, no? Para maintindihan natin what it symbolizes. Okay? So if you think you are sacrificing your time for all of this, think the time you render days to spend for other things. Before you enter into a covenant with God. Are there times or times that you need to give up for the sake of someone? Minsan, nagbibigay nga kayo ng oras. May bisita tayo. Hindi ba ko 1 week? Tumagawa sa or for something. Minsan, yung mga pet, hindi pa eh, para lang sa mga for pets. Even if it does not involve your life. Is it you anyway who chooses how to spend the rest of your time outside of what God requires? 1 day a week, 3 seasons, 3 times in a year. Still have 6 days. Dami nyo pwedeng gawin ito. It's up to you how to work it out. Hanggang 6 days. Iba nga, 2 araw pa talaga days. Okay, next is your sacrifice, your money. Yan, your tithes. Familiar naman tayo dyan. Tagalog, ikasampu. People will define tithes nowadays as a portion of your income, given as an offering to your local church. Tithe is from the Old English word yoga. It is 1/10 part of something, meaning the 10th. Not just any portion. Hindi siya 9, 8, 7, 10. Kung gusto magbigay ng 11, wala. You can count that as offering. The Bible clearly declares that the tithe belongs to the Lord. That giving it is not voluntary. Kasi sa Kanya yun. You are obliged to give tithes. Sabi natin, Leviticus chapter 27, verse 3. Tithe of everything from the land when we grain from the soil or fruit from the trees belongs to the Lord. It is holy to the Lord. And redeeming it is stealing from God. Kasi kanya yan, belongs to the Lord. So, pag ginamit mo yun, it's like you're stealing with God. Or you actually steal from God. And you are commanded not to steal. Diba? 8 commandment. Thou shalt not steal. Ito ba? Malachi 3, verse 8. Will a mere mortal rob God? Yet will rob me. But you ask, how are we robbing you? In tithes and offerings. So if you are giving tithes, no, it is just fair to say that your tithe is your sacrifice. As a point of consideration, how can you give something or sacrifice something that it isn't yours in the first place? Hindi naman sa'yo eh. Paano magiging sacrifice? To think that the creation, where your money is from, sa magaling ang pera, sa creation din yung galing, belongs to the Creator. God only requires the tenth of what? At kanya yun, yung tenth. Can we say that your money to give to the church or you render to God is a sacrifice? Likewise, your second tithe. Peace na naman, no? As commanded by God for you to set aside after you have set aside the first tithe. Your 10%. Commanded. Okay? To do a second tithe. Nandiyan nga sa Deuteronomy chapter 14. Which is also for you to spend during God's feast days. Ikaw naman pala gagamit ng second tithes. Because God does not want you to appear before Him during those feast days empty-handed. While you're doing your tithes, save kayo for your second tithes. Para may magamit kayo sa business. Now, can you call this tithe a sacrifice? For your own use naman yan. Well, unless you give something that really belongs to you, without expecting something in return, and that you are unwilling to give, ayaw mong ibigay, but you are forced to give. That I think is a sacrifice. Your encouragement, the tenth of your earnings is God's. May 90% naman tayo to live within that 90%. Budget lang. Would it qualify as yung sacrifice? Yung tithes na yan? Kayo na mag-isip. What else? Wait. So how about what you are allowed to do? Connecting na pa. Wala tayo. Your food. Your food is what you are. As often said, you are what you eat. Clearly, that people are identified based on the food they take. Diba? Pag share yan, ay, buto yan. Pag halal yan, Islam. Buddhist, vegetarian. And many more based on either the religious belief or advocacy. Vegan, keto, high protein lang. So they are, sometimes people are identified on what they eat. Those allowed and not are found on Leviticus 11 and Deuteronomy 14. Those allowed for Christians to eat and are not allowed are found on Leviticus 11 and Deuteronomy 14. Okay? There are animals there that are ceremonially unclean for believers. There are a lot of healthy varieties din naman that are clean. Masyadong marami. Allowed fish of its kind, poultry, and cattle. So may mga ipoprovide naman. Hindi talaga tayo maghahanap din or magtitip. If you want to obey God, here's what He said. Leviticus 11, chapter 43 to 44. Do not defile yourselves by any of these creatures. Okay? Those in yung mga latter verses ng 11, Leviticus 11 and Deuteronomy 14. Do not make yourselves unclean by means of them, or be made unclean by them. I am the Lord your God. Consecrate yourselves and be holy, because I am holy. Do not make yourselves unclean by any creature that moves along the ground. Those creatures that was mentioned in Leviticus 11. Okay. Tingnan nyo na lang, no? Basahin nyo na lang. Comfort of your homes. The word consecrate is to set apart. We are God's people. God's people. The word God's people. Possession. We are God's people as we believe. If meat is your problem, we have variety of meats naman na. Ang dami na ngayon, no? Yung luncheon meat niya, nagkalat. Puro chicken na siya. Kailan napanood ko sa TV. Ang dami pa ng chicken luncheon. Ang spam, di ba? May kalalakas chicken. Bacon, may breakfast bacon na turkey. Ang dami. Apple, venison, carabos, available na yun. Goat's meat, dami. Dami tayong makakain. Huwag na tayong ganap pa ng unclean. So anong domain? You just have to look among your choices. Ano pa? Aside from the clean and unclean meat or the unclean meat, okay. Blood is also, eating of blood is also prohibited. There's one reason why God forbade it. Leviticus 17, verse 11. For the life of a creature is in the blood. I have given it to you to make atonement for yourselves. Atonement for yourselves on the altar. It is the blood that makes atonement for one's life. And atonement means reparation. Payment, compensation. Amendment, restoration. Surely you have sinned. You have disobeyed. Well, surely you will not die naman if you don't eat mga blood-containing dishes. So marami naman sa inyo, decades nang hindi kumakain ng tinuguan. Bad choice. Yung pinikpikan, di ba? Puro blood yung laman. Betamax. Ano yung Betamax? Some of you have been doing that for decades na hindi kumakain ng that. And yet, you are as healthy and as satisfied as any other individual. Now, eating means entering into one's mouth. Blood transfusion, hindi. That's not eating. Alam niyo, ang dialysis pala, no? The dialysis, kilala kayo ng dialysis. Yung liquid na ginagamit to clean the blood is, I think it's bicarbonate na tawag. Ang nilalagyan nyo ng solution made from seashells, shell, which is prohibited po kasi. Ako sa atin. Kung sa dialysis, ginagawa. But that is not eating. And eating, by definition, is entering into one's mouth. Okay? Kung ibang religious group, nagbabawal na. Sa atin. Coming days around, we are not allowed to eat bread or bread with leavening. Instead, commanded to eat the unleavened 8 days a month. Okay? Sacrifice pa rin ba yun? Kaya sa sarap niyo gumawa ng unleavened bread. Mas masarap pa sa leavened bread. And now for those who grew up eating all kinds of unclean and prohibited meats, or those who are recently converted, who have just adopted to change and saying they are tempted, find ways to avoid it. God would provide a way for you to avoid it. In our present time, we are provided with so many options. Dami talaga natin makakain. Not to make temptation as our excuse. Okay. Natin po kumain. Kasi pasarap yun dati, tikman ko na yun. Even more that you believe that our God provides a way out. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. No temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind. Kaya-kaya din naman pala yung mga temptation. And God is faithful, He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. When you are tempted, He will also provide a way out so that you can endure it. Pumunta kayong kantin, daming selection naman. Pumunta kayong mall, ang dami yung makakain. Even if you are tempted, there's a way out. Okay? Then of course, following the rest of the 10 Commandments of God. We need to obey about what we have read. That is to show us the way we are to live and how we are to behave as a believer, as a Christian. So then if you think that following commandments are sacrifices for living a Christian life, ang dami nga set of laws sinusunod mo. In order for you to have it in full, do see if you did have, considering what Christ has done for you to achieve that. Having life. Obedience is what God requires in return for the reparation of your disobedience. Or the payment of your disobedience. Okay? Closing. We often tend to brag about the things we gave up for others. Sa sinusunod pa natin. Fail to see what others sacrifice for us. Sometimes we even say it's just the right thing to do. Tama lang eh. Tama lang na gawin naman niya. We fail to recognize what one must go through for our own sake. Marami kasi nagsasacrifice din para sa atin. No? Example. In our family, nanay natin, it carried us through for 9 months. Physical ka ng binuhat. Pabigat ka talaga for 9 months. Physical and emotional stress. The pain of childbirth. They held us in their arms, nurse us, and tell us only to know, hanggang sa okay na tayo, no? Only na para malaman nila, they'll be left by the very person they cared for years. Mali niya yung mga mali. You look after them as they look after you during your helpless days. Likewise, yung mga tatay nyo, to break their backs, to make ends meet. Iba, nag-overtime. Ang mahal ng gasolina ngayon, ang mahal ng diesel, no? Ramdam na ramdam. Okay. To even provide your needs to survive your adulting world. Bibigay pa yan. Minsan maniligaw, okay, panligaw. Bibigyan mo naman. Okay. will someday depend on your support when they are already unable to fend for themselves. Mahalin niya yung mga magulang mo, tatay mo. Sino pa in your family? Older siblings. Your older siblings, minsan walk as your guardians in the absence of your parents. Mga kapatid mo nakakatanda. To see your welfare. To assist when you are helpless in something. Actually, hanggang ngayon, ako nga, tumutulong pa rin sa aking younger brother. Brother pa rin ako. That they spend time for you rather than leisure. Not to return the favor whenever they are in need. And you are able. Tinulungan ka naman ng bata. Tinulungan nyo naman, now you are able. No? Well, rather than blame them for doing what they're doing. Bakit mo ginawa? You don't know, no? They are just forced to do it. Kasi nakakabasa sila. Outside your family. Mention more people who offer their sacrifices. We have organ donors. Sino bang gusto mag-donate ng organ? Operahan din siya, di ba? Iwain din siya. Mapipilitan siya. Just to save life. We have volunteer groups, rescue team, medical workers, many more. Pinalikas na, hindi pa umalis. Ngayon, pupunta ngayon yung rescue worker. Sacrifice. Although, pwede nga sabihin, they are paid, that is their job, that is their duty, but they risk their lives for somebody. Right risking pa rin yung trabaho. This we sometimes fail to see or recognize. Now about the men of the Bible. Sacrifice pa yan sa prophets, patriarchs, who suffered for their faith. For us to have a written standard of moral practice. Manual. In order for us to have access to it. Na tayong babasahin niya. It wasn't for the prophets, the apostles, disciples. Hindi sila nagsulat, hindi nila ginawa yung ginawa nila noon, wala tayong access to it. They sacrifice more than what you are familiar with at this present time. May mga sacrifice na yan. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 36 to 30. Some face jeers and flogging. Flogging. Palo. And even chains and imprisonment. They were put to death by stoning. They were sold into nating katawan. They were killed by the sword. Ano ba niya ngayon dito? Okay. They went about in sheepskins and goatskins, destitute, persecuted, and mistreated. Na-experience mo ba yan? No? Okay. The world was not worthy of them. They wandered in deserts and mountains, living in caves and in holes in the ground. Yan yung sacrifice nila. For us to have a written manual, for us to have an access. Now about Christ's sacrifice. Have we really acknowledge it? God only requires us to believe, and to believe is to walk in the way of love. Just as He sacrificed and gave Himself up as an offering of God, as an offering to God for all our sins. For God so loved the world, giving up His Son. To follow God's example and to love God in return as your response to His sacrifice. Sacrifice, remember, three times nagdasal si Jesus sa Garden of Gethsemane. To take that cup, no, or sacrifice. Hindi niya nadanasin. And yet, He fulfilled the will of His Father. Sacrifice. But He did 3 times, no? Huwag sanang siya. That is how we acknowledge it. Because it is a true sacrifice. Sacrifice siya. And this is how we love God. Yun ang gusto niya. To love God. To love God in return. This is love for God. 1 John chapter 5 verse 8. To keep His commands. And His commands, hindi naman pala mabigat siya. To follow. They say that your faith is tried, tested with your time, money, and food. Because there in God's commandments. You may consider that as your sacrifice for being a Christian. Perhaps your response for the greater sacrifice that was done. A sacrifice to save our time. To become His. With that, blessed Sabbath.